Hi, everybody. It's Kent Deke Jones with two bald guys and a microphone. Two microphones and a bald guy, because the other bald guy, well, he's not here right now. So with me, I've got Judith Gottlieb, and Judith Gottlieb is here at the McHenry Area Chamber of Commerce Expo 2017 as the Democratic candidate for McHenry Township Clerk. Did I get that right?
You got that right. It was a mouthful.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna call her Judy because we're friends now. So you don't have
That's
to be
fine.
in trouble, right? So Judy, you grew up in this area.
I didn't
Yes.
actually grow up in northern Illinois. I grew up in southern Wisconsin.
What part of southern Wisconsin?
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee, that's southern.
And I ended up spending most of my professional life working in the southeastern Wisconsin.
Okay, cool. And you grew up wanting to be in the political realm.
No,
So
I grew up, but I grew up in a household where that civic responsibility was important.
Yeah.
It was really important to act as a citizen.
Well, we'd like to have that come back too. Now, so you've been in the McHenry area, McHenry Township area for how long?
I've been living here for 6 years. I've been visiting a lot for 10.
Sure, awesome. And so the clerk position means what to somebody?
The clerk keeps notes of what happens at the meetings, also posts the agenda. The clerk is responsible for posting a lot of information on the website that the township has, and there are rules about what's supposed to be posted. The clerk also handles the election matters for the township,
Okay.
and also does in McHenry Township. The clerk assists the highway commissioner with his responsibilities.
With his daily duties.
Yeah, sort of.
things.
It's not a full-time position, it's a part-time position. And I'm not sure exactly how the hours work.
Sure.
I think it's more during election times because there's more work then.
that's when you earn your money, right?
Yeah.
And so you're part of, if I understand this correctly, a slate.
I am a part of a slate of we're 5 candidates,
Democratic,
4 candidates for
which-
trustee,
right.
and myself for clerk. We're
Yeah.
not running anyone for the highway commissioner job or the village supervisor.
Supervisor, right? On the Democratic ticket.
On the Democratic ticket we are running, yeah.
And so in the area, what are some of the things, without getting really too political and too, how do I want to say this, town hallish?
Yeah.
What are just a couple of things that you would like to see maybe improve?
I would want to do as clerk what the clerk is supposed to do. I would like to assist the board. If the Democratic slate is elected, we bring a lot of different skills to the board that I don't know if the board has had that set of skills before. We have someone who's very good with grants and contracts. We have someone who's very good with business. We have someone who served 13 years on a school board, and we have a young man who works with youth all the time.
That's it. He wears a wonderful hat. And as we do this, I think we had talked about that. Before we were talking a little bit before Judy came on, that your true feeling is that we shouldn't even be have parties at this level. Yeah.
I personally don't think that township government, even village government, city government, should not really be partisan. It's really about the community and what you want to do for the community and how you can be responsive to the citizens of the community. And I I don't think party helps with that.
Agreed, yeah. And so really to get to know each candidate, get to know each person and see where their heart lies rather than perhaps where their political agenda lies. But if people wanted to find you, follow you, get to know more about you, how do they do that?
We do have a Facebook page, the McHenry Democratic Township Candidates is our web page. I'm sorry, our Facebook page.
Yep.
And it will soon have lots of information on it.
Yes.
It's still in the building stages right at the moment.
And really, I mean, there's other things, right, that are going on that really kind of are taking precedent to that. I mean, just so it doesn't get jumbled up and mixed up. And
Yeah.
Is that a good way for me to put it?
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah. We had to order signs and we had to, put together a mailing list and all of that. It's very practical and a lot of detail work. And
That's it.
And then there's calling and canvassing and
Yeah, and truthfully, if you feel so moved to volunteer and help out the cause, if you go to that Facebook page, or is there a web page or
not a
nothing
web
yet?
page.
No, it's
not
just
right
Facebook
now. It's
right
the
now.
Facebook page is really where people can get information.
Yeah, to help out, pitch in,
Sure.
lend a hand.
Sure.
Donations too are always good.
Sure.
Or is it right?
We accept donations if you're inclined to give.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. She sings. She's a singer. You've
Yeah.
cut a. Well, back in the day,
I
it was
made
probably a CD.
My
right?
sister and I made a CD together.
Yeah, that's cool.
We're both singer-songwriters.
That is awesome.
And probably I won't ever do another CD. It was a big project and it was not cheap.
But it was fun, yeah?
It was an incredibly intense musical experience.
Yeah.
We worked with amazing musicians. Our producer was so good. She's just
Amazing.
an awesome musician, teacher, deep person. It was, whenever I listen to the CD, it takes me back to the studio. It takes me back to the whole experience. But
and that was gangster rap?
It's a lot of, No, my sister and I are not spring chickens anymore.
Sure.
And so these are songs written about later in life.
Oh,
really.
Cool.
There's songs about life and death. There's songs about, there's some songs about love. There's songs about our mother.
Awesome.
So
here's the cool part, right? So where can they find that CD if people are interested?
Well, the CD, you'd have to contact me to get it. So if you need to, if you go to our Facebook page, which is the McHenry Township Democratic Candidates.
That's it.
Sorry.
McHenry Township Democratic Candidates.
There will be a phone number there and an email address, and you can contact me if you're interested in a singer-songwriter CD with lots of cool musicians.
That is awesome. And I'm plugging her because I think she won't. We're not going to get her to sing, but maybe when she wins, we'll put her to.
Oh well, I could see you a little thing.
All right. Well, let's hear it.
All right. Well, when my husband and I were out on Lake Superior in the year 2010, we had an unfortunate capsize. We were between an island and the shore, and we were in the water a long time. Fortunately, we had a personal locator beacon. And so I wrote this song after the experience.
Sure.
I love the Coast Guard, yes I do. They are the ones who can save you when you're in the blue, the stormy blue, the wild and wavy blue. If we hadn't bought that PLB, personal locator beacon, you see, they'd have never known that we capsized. The beacon saved our lives. It goes on, there's about 7 verses. Anyway,
That's awesome.
We were rescued by the Coast Guard, and they are the most amazing, dedicated, wonderful human beings. There are people like that all over, actually. You know, people who work in hospitals and ambulances and emergency rooms and firemen and policemen and people who are, you know, are definitely there to help you. But I tell you, the Coast Guard, I love them.
Well, when the other bald guy gets here, Coach Papa, he writes poetry and stuff, and you guys would probably just get along. And to me, it's amazing, right? So you just kind of push it out there. And he does the same thing, and I just kind of look at him. My memory's as long as my hair, so it's like, so for you, you know, for you guys who have that talent, just to pull it out and bring it out, I think it's awesome. That's cool. It's very good. Thanks for sharing. It's wonderful.
No,
That's
thank
it.
you.
So, folks, this is Kent Deke Jones with two bald guys and a microphone. Well, two microphones, one bald guy, and of course, my good friend Judith Gottlieb, who is running for the clerk position for McHenry County Township. No,
Township.
I always say McHenry County. I'm sorry. McHenry Township Clerk on the Democratic ticket.
Yeah.
Awesome.
April 4th is the election.
April 4th is the election. You know, register, get out and vote. It's important. Let your voice be heard. And good luck to you guys. And thank you for taking some time off the floor and coming and sitting with us.
It was a pleasure.
Awesome. So this is Deke Jones. Get off the bench, get back in the game, and we do approve this message.